Charge. That's not gonna be long enough though.
I was just gonna move.
It's not long enough. What you want, 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 what you want.
Ow!
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Hey, yes.
Hi, y'all.
Hi, y'all. Welcome to another episode of
Sipping on Love.
So, how you been feeling, babe?
You know, I went to the chiropractor because, my neck and stuff, and I'm feeling so much better, so relieved, so, balanced out again. I got a little bit of energy, a little spice, so I got some zingers for when you want to try me. I'm about to catch a body. But,
well, more attention keep messing with me.
you go do what?
I'm getting more attention keep messing with me.
Because that's where it came from in the first place. So,
Girl.
no, just kidding. Just kidding. I know something to do. But, yeah, absolutely. How you doing?
I'm doing well. You know, I too have more energy, but that's because I've been going to the gym.
Yeah, told you.
Trying to switch things up, not sleeping in. So I'm just going to the gym, giving me more energy so I can be up and alert throughout the day because I work overnight.
Yeah.
So sometimes that coffee isn't just
It's nothing but
not
crack.
hitting.
It's just addiction.
Yeah, and so when I crash, I'm crashing early in
And
the
crash
morning.
you do.
Yeah. So, but I'm here. I'm good. I'm feeling good.
You
I'm
look good. Yes, you are.
Girl. So let's go into our I love you.
I love yous. I love you.
I know.
I know you know. I'm glad you know. Don't ever forget, and don't you forget that. But don't shrink your ideas because you haven't figured it all out yet. Dream big, think big, go for all the things, even the randomest of shit that comes in your mind. Go for it. It's not no, I don't want to do that. Or no, I don't want to, because go for it. I got your back.
Okay. I love you, but I think like I said a couple of days ago, don't stress until there's a reason to be stressed, and always follow your first mind.
I do that. I received that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not in a position that I'm allowed to do so without scrutiny.
We're not talking about just work though.
What are you talking about?
Just in life in general.
Oh, I'm fine in life. It's just work that got me fucked up.
We're gonna leave that there.
Yeah.
We're
and we were going to. Period. I was done.
Right. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
follow your first mind.
I did.
We're both overthinkers.
Most definitely. Some more than others. Me.
Right.
Because I'm not, well, never mind. Me going on a tangent. But yeah, receive.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and since you over there sipping, what we sipping on?
You ain't even touch
Cause
it.
you over there.
Because
It must be good. Okay.
It's good.
It must be good.
I did a little twist on the typical Henny Sidecar. It's the Sidecar Henny Lade. So the typical sidecar that you do with lemonade to balance out, because all it is liquor, and then the lemonade gives a nice little subtle smooth ride on it on the sidecar, so it's not too bumpy. You're welcome.
It's smooth. It's real smooth.
I told you.
So you have to chase that now.
Mm-hmm. I know. Not even a certified bartender yet. And look at me now.
Wait for it.
Let me cook.
Okay, so this episode we're going to be talking about self-care. Just our regimens, what our best practices, and just, all that energy that you put into the world, putting it back into yourself. So for our little games today, I want our self-care to be humor. Just smile and laugh. So we're gonna do our little corny dad jokes.
Wave and smile, boys.
Okay,
Smile
so
boys.
of course the objective is not to laugh.
Yeah.
And if you laugh, you lose a point. Well, the other person gets a point.
Yeah. We're
So-
playing the 5.
Yeah, let's do
All
that.
right, bet. Who's going first?
I can start out first.
Okay.
Okay. Why did the tomatoes turn red?
He was full of blood.
Because it's all the salad dressing.
Girl. Really? That's a point for me. Good job. Okay.
That was funny. I don't care.
I was going to tell a joke about the layoffs, but sadly, none of them are working. None of them are working.
Damn. That's this economy.
Okay. I try.
Why do cows have hooves instead of feet?
Hooves instead of feet because I don't know.
You're lactose. Lactose.
Okay. Okay, lactose. Which vegetable has the best kung fu? Broccoli.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Why did the golfer bring 2 pairs of pants?
He ripped a pair.
In case he gets a hole in one.
Yep. Knew it. Snake. My boss said dress for the job you want, not the job you have. So I went in as Batman.
Well, say it again.
My boss said to dress for the job I want, not the job I have.
Oh wow.
So I went in as Batman.
Girl, fired.
But that's the job I want.
Girl.
That's what I want. I followed instructions. Be clearer next time. Thank you.
Good luck on Indeed finding that job. Why did the bicycle fall over?
Had no stand to kick on. There's no kickstand. Nothing to hold it.
Because it was too tired.
Yeah, too tired, too chill. Yeah, okay. I just built an ATM that only gives out coins. I don't know why no one's thought of it before. It just makes sense. It just makes sense to make a
Girl,
ATM that gives out coins.
come on, sis.
It makes sense. But you're welcome.
How do you make a tissue dance?
Put a little boogie in it.
Damn. Damn. Damn.
What do you call a fish wearing a bow tie?
Mm-hmm.
Sophisticated.
Oh, no. I was gonna say Tim Gunn, but hey,
A fish in a bow tie? He don't even wear bow ties. Tim Gunn?
he does wear ties.
Bow tie. Bow tie.
Damn.
Not necktie.
He might wear no. Who's it? Who? Who's the
Farnsworth Bentley.
Ooh. Oh. Damn.
Leave that alone.
I told my computer I needed a break, and now it won't stop sending me Kit Kats. Give me a break.
I get that, but why is that the computer's response? I need a break, so I'm gonna give you a Kit Kat bar. How did the computer even get? I have questions.
Girl, at this point, who's winning?
Me.
I think he got 2 laughs. I got 1.
What did the ocean say to the beach?
Usually.
Nothing. It just waved.
Oh, I like mine better.
But you would.
Got to rubbing, got to touching, got to feeling on her. I can see it in her eyes that she wanna. No, y'all don't know that one. So, the last one.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Okay.
Make it good. Oh. So
Why don't oysters share their pearls?
Because it's a mouthful.
Because they're shellfish.
That was cute. That was cute.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I get a point.
Okay, that was cute. All right, sense of humor.
Mm-hmm.
I laughed a bit. You laughed a bit.
What's your last one?
Oh, I thought that was my last one.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay. So, what? That's like,
What?
Was it tied? Was that tied?
We
Was
can
that
say
2-2?
I was thinking it's a tie. I was actually thinking it was more like a 3-3, but we can go with 2-2.
Okay. So there's no real winners.
I won.
Oh.
I always win because I got you. Stop playing with me. Next.
Yeah. Okay, then.
What are we doing?
Well, on that note, then we're gonna move on to the topic at hand. Like I said, self-care. Self-care.
We're getting our Tina Turner on, y'all.
That part. So let's go into the first topic of how do you create a self-care routine that feels authentic to you?
I think it really starts with establishing or being cognizant of your natural rhythm. And I say that because we all move and flow at different times, best of the day. So like, I know I'm more of a hybrid. I can function well in the morning if I have to, and I can function well late at night when I want to, which is all the time. So it's like, if I know that I'm more active, I'm more prone to like focus on me during the night, then I try to build my self-care routine. So that's usually trying to fit in a little bit of yoga. I make, honestly, my personal hygiene a part of my self-care. So like, I get the things that I know I'm going to enjoy showering with as a part of my self-care. So like that, and then my facial wash routine, all the things, like I make each of those common everyday practices an intentional act of self-care. So it's like, even in the smallest rush, well, not smallest, like when you're rushing and doing whatever, like it's built within my daily rhythm, my daily routine. But then all the extra things are those specific tasks like yoga, journaling, meditation, nature walks, like those I have to build in within the natural rhythm, but it's really based off of what's happening in my life at the time. So like I make it authentic because it's more flowing than orchestrated or organized.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
I was gonna say kind of the same thing. Your routine of things, like what kind of fits into your routine of things, whether you are a morning person or a night person. So specifically for me, we all know I'm not a morning person. Never have been. Whether I worked mornings or not, never been a morning person. So just based on the routine, based on things that I maybe have insecurities about, or things that I may want to improve on, whether that is cosmetic or something physically, just incorporating that also, or taking that into account of the things that I want to incorporate into my routine. And then also what makes me feel good at the end of the day. So like, again, for me, skincare routine is one thing. Long showers is another thing. Doing stretches is something else that I like to do. Like I said, I just stated at the top of the show that I've started going to the gym more frequently now, just to give me energy, something that helps me feel good throughout the day. So that's kind of what I do. And I don't want to feel the pressures of like society, of like these beauty standards. It's none of those pressures. It's just what makes me feel good. How do I want to look at the end of the day? What, like, am I going to be happy with self after I go through all of these things, you know?
Absolutely. And so staying on that, what is one of your favorite self-care practices that goes beyond the typical? And what's a simple self-care ritual that you never skip?
That goes beyond the typical. I don't think it goes beyond the typical, but for me, my man knows that, like, because I drive 45 minutes to work, like that car ride is like my me time. Yeah. That's my time of like praise and worship. That's my concerts. That's the reading a book, listening to a book, YouTube videos, other podcasters. Like, that's my alone time. And sometimes my man, like, he knows, like, if he's calling me on my way to work, he's like, you know, I don't want to keep you too long because I know this is your time. Like, he even knows, like, this is my me time. This is something that makes me feel good to prepare for the rest before I even go into work, or because we were around each other so often before we moved. I use that time to decompress before coming home. And so just that car ride is like my me time to get me together for sure. And I know for sure I can't miss it because I got to go to work. But I guess the other one that, I guess the routine that I don't miss is making sure that I make time for like skincare.
Mm-hmm.
That's my other thing.
Received. For me, just gonna be real, Sean. It's smoking my blood. Like that for me, because it's more than just like what I experience in doing that. It's like the whole process, the alchemy of it, because it's like it's helping me be intentional. Well, for me, metaphysically in my mind, how it feels for me is like each of the little pieces is like a coal or a piece of the day that like I'm grinding up. Like I need to shit them out. Like great, you served your purpose. Like put it in here and give it back because it doesn't serve me. And one that the other that is like that I never skip, and I know y'all probably like, come on now, be real, but it's sleep. My man knows.
Yes.
When I get good and comfortable, I'm going to take a nap. I will take a nap wherever I can. I've taken naps at work.
We take nap dates.
Listen,
Yes.
it's a beautiful thing.
Yes.
When you and yours can get cuddled up on the couch or in the bed, getting that spoon.
Yes.
And
a big spoon or a little spoon?
I'm always the big spoon. There are times though that like he wants to be Big Papa, and well, he is Big Papa, but nonetheless, and he want to hold me. He's like, oh, it's romance. But yes,
that lasts all of 45 seconds because we get hot.
and I'm an active sleeper, meaning I move around for whatever reason.
Yes.
So yeah, but it's cute.
Mm-hmm. But we nap dates.
Yes.
Look into that. So, what was the time that you realized that you really needed to take care of yourself?
Oh, it was my second year teaching. And and this is my 11th year teaching now. So do the math. And I ended up, I did all the things. I showed up for my kids. I was usually one of the first teachers in the building, one of the last teachers to leave. I would take work home with me. Mm-hmm. I was doing a lot of the typical first year teacher stuff.
Yeah.
And I contracted Bell's palsy. And those that don't know what that is literally a virus that's activated by stress and it attacks the facial nerves. And so my whole left side was numb, looking like Two-Face. And that was for a good month. And so that was a huge
month?
Yeah. That was a huge wake up call. So my eyebrow wasn't moving, my lips wouldn't move, like this would stay plain and only this side would move.
Yeah. And I had a friend, his wasn't that long. His was for maybe like a week.
Oh no.
Maybe 2 weeks. A month?
A month. And so, and like there are still moments that I noticed that like it does tend to like, there's still parts of my face that still don't move. Like because of how much stress. But that was the biggest wake up call because my coworkers at the time, they were all veteran teachers and they thought I had a stroke because of how it looked. I was like, no, I'm fine. Like I woke up that morning and I saw that my face wasn't moving, but I thought, the typical, I was laying on that side too long. And you know how your face gets numb. So that's what I assumed it to be. It's like, oh, it'll be fine. Let me jump in the shower, get ready for work. Boom. I'm chilling in my class. And then, oh my God, are you okay? I'm like, why am I shower? So yeah, that was when I really realized I had to take better care of myself and pay attention to what my body is saying because my body gave me warnings many of times. And the key warning that it always gives when I'm starting to get a heightened stress level, like calm the fuck down stress, my eye starts to twitch. Like when I get really, really mad or when I get overtly stressed out, this eye will twitch. And that's when I know, okay, I need to go sit my ass down somewhere.
What's that character? Is it Dr. Hyde?
Mm-hmm. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde?
That's what that can give.
Be careful with me. Do you know what you're doing?
Girl, that's like, okay. Never had that. I do not want to experience that, but I did learn about it. For me, the time for me was 2017, 2018?
Mm-hmm.
2018. I was a general manager of a store, and I think I can't remember specifically if I didn't have enough staff members or if I didn't have enough management.
Mm-hmm.
Whichever the case may be, it led to the point to where I was working like open to close for like 14 days straight. So I was not getting proper rest. I didn't have work-life balance. I didn't really do anything because I literally went home, took a bath, went to sleep for a couple of hours to wake up and do it all over again.
Mm-hmm.
And so it had got to the point to where like I was just having serious burnout. And I quit my job. In the hopes of just finding something else. I just quit it with no other job in place. I was just like, I'm burnt out, I'm tired, I can't do this anymore. And it was beyond the point of me talking to higher management, telling them, oh, I need help, because I had already done that.
Yeah.
And that was ignored. Or you get the, I'm gonna find somebody, this, that, and the third. And then that was a discussion we had 2 weeks ago. Like, it's just getting progressively worse. So when I was like, oh, I'm over it.
Yeah.
Then everybody wanted to scramble.
Now what matters?
No, I'm out of here. So I think that was my first time, like, really putting myself first and just like, girl, forget this. Y'all not paying me enough. You're not paying me enough. And then even if you were paying me enough, this is not life. I'm not living to work.
Yeah.
Literally from sun up to sundown. And when I'm saying like 8 o'clock in the morning to 11:30 p.m. So it's like...
And then at that time, did you also have your hour commute?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't. Luckily, it was only 20 minutes, but still.
Okay. Still.
That's all day. And every day for like 14, 15 days straight. No. So that's when I knew enough is enough.
Yeah.
I need to get some rest. I need to figure out what it is that is going to make me happy. Can I find this work-life balance? And I know for sure for that first month or two, thanks to not getting hired anywhere,
Mm-hmm.
I was able to rest and just recuperate and just, figure out what it is that I want to do next. And, that was just a time that I just knew like I was being taken advantage of.
Yeah.
And not being considered or appreciated. So I was just like, I gotta put me first.
That's it. Put me first. And I think that is something that unfortunately we're never really taught growing up. We have to figure it out when we become adults, when we move out and we get our first jobs, because it's like transparently, like when I think about it now, my parents never had a conversation with me about taking care of you. Like they always had the conversation of make sure you pay yourself first, but never a conversation about self-care, what it means to make sure that you're good before you go to work, before you show up for other people. So it's just interesting, like now this generation, our generation, is far more in tune and more aligned with that. And like now our parents are even focused on no, I gotta put me first. Yeah. I'm gonna take care of me. That's just like, yeah, because you've seen how we've been moving.
I think we're looking at because my mom was a single parent, we didn't, this is what we saw for her self-care from our perspective. I'm not sure what it is actually that she did outside of what we saw.
Yeah.
But I know some of the few things were like getting her hair done. Going to the club. Because my mom was young. She was young when she had her, so she was still going to the club. And we would, help her get dressed and help her pick out the shoes that she might want to wear. Which one looks better. Going to the club, I said. And taking long baths. My mom, she loved taking long baths. Like once all the kids took baths, she was the last one to go in. Baby, she was going to be in there for a couple hours. My mom would fall asleep in the tub. So I know for sure that was some of like those soothing things that even though she couldn't do a lot, those were the few things that she could do for herself to make sure that she felt good or relaxed by the end of the day.
Receiving that, I mean, but again, like you said, it's observed, never talked about. It's not taught. I mean, it's taught through observation, but like you said, this is what you're assuming to be self-care. You don't know what it actually is that she does for self-care.
But I think it's because when you're kids, they thinking like you wanted to go hang out with your friends, you wanted to go to the dance, kids have so many activities that's kind of considered. I guess they would consider that self-care for them. I think maybe that's why it's not talked about as much. I think it's not until you get into young adulthood of like high school going towards college where you might start to have that discussion.
I'm not knocking anything. It's just a curious observation that like these are tools that we actually need growing up. Yeah. Because if we're not practicing it, how are you able to advocate for it when you get into the real world? It's like, no, like, and being comfortable with not only establishing, but then even communicating the boundaries that, no, this is my time for this, and not feeling ashamed or bogged down or any type of negative feeling because you're trying to take care of yourself.
I also think that maybe that doesn't come into play. I think that only might come into play if you see a shift. Or like if you see the child uncomfortable in situations. I feel like people are going to know their child. And if you feel that your child's like a people pleaser, or if they're the ones to go with the crowd or something like that, that's when you should have a conversation to be like, hold on, wait a minute. Is this something that you actually want to do? Right. You don't have to say yes to everything. You can say no. You can stay home. You don't want to go out. You can, stay home and we can do whatever. Chill or whatever. You don't always have to go with the crowd. So I think that's the other thing. Parents need to be aware of who their kid is. Because a lot of parents don't know who their kids are. I think that's an issue right there too. They think prescribed. They have their own
vision or idea
of what they want their child to be instead of actually figuring out who their child is. So yeah.
And even though it doesn't connect, it connects in my mind. What is the weirdest thing that actually worked as self-care for you? And I only said it's weird and connects with kids because kids find the weirdest things that just work for them. And it's just like, yeah, do that thing that works for you.
I don't care what Twitter says, what X says. I need my rain and my white noise. Okay?
What did they say?
They said that you're like psychotic. People who listen to white noise are psychotic.
But pause. Put it in better context. If that's like the music you listen to, I can see that. But you use it for a specific purpose, and that is to decompress your mind and to go to sleep.
But sometimes, even I feel like I use it to focus. Like sometimes, some days when I'm at work, I don't feel like listening to music. I don't feel like listening to a podcast. I don't feel like, but I also want to drown out the noise of everybody else. So outside of Andre's flute playing, and I'm listening to the piano, I'll put on some rain noises. I'll put on the white noise to just block out everything and focus in on. Especially when I'm reading. I don't know if there's any other people out here like this. I'm a type of person, like, when I'm reading a book, my thoughts trail off while I'm reading the book. Especially if like it's a long novel, my thoughts just trail off, one. Or because I'm envisioning like what it is that I am reading, my imagination starts going all over the place instead of, because now I'm just saying the words instead of taking in what I'm reading. So I'll play some white noise to keep my mind focused exactly on what it is that I'm reading.
And so, echoing that, like, anything non-instrumental, like non-instrumental music, lo-fi, that helps me. But then, I don't really think that leave that alone. I don't see anything wrong with that because it works. Right. Period. Right. Even back in our time in Alabama when I was the high school principal, that's the only type of music I would play in my office when they would come in, just acting out like completely off center, and it's just like, it's like, we don't even gotta talk, just sit. I got work to do, just sit. We're gonna talk in a little bit, but you just do that. It works for me and it works for them. But then to the same effect, another thing that has worked, I don't practice it all the time, but I remember it from when I was younger, especially my young adult years. I hold on to a lot of stuff. But like one thing that has always helped when I get to that point of frustration, it's either squeezing a pillow or squeezing myself in a ball or yelling in a pillow. Yes, I've done it. You not home when I do these things because it's like when I get to that point that I am so overwhelmed and words can no longer express what I need to say, or I know that what I need to say will never really be received and understood. It's like I gotta release it for me. And so it's those things, either balling up into a ball and just like forcing that negative energy out, like just like squeeze, like I don't know, it's just like contracting my body to like, yeah, it makes sense to me. And or yelling the pillow.
I would say add into that. Mine also, I just thought about it. I'm a type of person who likes people to lay on me. I don't know what it is. You know, like you have people have the weight blankets and stuff like that. I don't know if that's the same tactic, but it's just something about like having all that body weight placed on you. I don't know if it's like it relaxes me, I guess. It's not always comfortable. Yeah. But at least it relaxes me. And if the person is positioned correctly, it can be comfortable. Yeah. So, but I do like, and I don't mean like a person landing between your legs and their head laying on you. I mean like their full body weight is on you. Yeah. So I don't know if it's weird or not, but I'm one of those people who like that.
I get, when I do participate in your self-care like that, I get worried because like,
am I smashing him?
Yeah. Like, am I too heavy? You comfortable, babe? You sure? I'm fine. Okay. Calm down.
If I was struggling, I would be like, babe, shift a little. Okay, so how do you connect exercise with body positivity? Or how do you prioritize your physical health in a way that feels empowering?
I do the things that I like to do, which is yoga. Yeah. Like, one thing that I know that I don't want to do is like, if and when I do decide to really commit to being a full-fledged like workoutaholic or a gym rat or one of those things, people, identities, I don't want to like swell up because it's just like, that's just not me. Like I like my frame. I like what I have now. And the activity that I feel provides that for me is yoga. Like it's not too much. It's not too much.
Our girl Chanel.
Our good Apple Fitness, y'all, Miss Janelle, sister.
She's a thick girl too.
And she be working you out. And what connects to my body positivity is that yoga consistently shows me what I'm capable of. Yeah. Like, and then it always fucking surprises me what I'm capable of. Like certain things, it's like, oh, I've done this before. But when you go into deeper flows or longer flows, like, and you build up to the grand pose, it's just like, oh, bitch, I did that. And then it's such a sense of achievement. And it's just like, okay, great achievement, but bitch, I'm now worn out. And I need to recalibrate. But that would definitely be it for me.
Because I'd be like, ooh, he is flexible. Bro. Ooh. But, because I'm not that flexible. Because I'd be looking, I'm like, she doing this? Oh, hell no. I'm not doing this. Yeah. I can't. So I try. At least I try.
And that's the only thing that matters.
I try. But I'd be like, my girl got it. Y'all got it. I let him. I'm the alternative.
Him and Langston.
Okay.
Langston has the...
He shows out and I'm the alternative.
And Langston lays next to the max.
I'd be like, hold on, girl. You trying it. You trying it. So he has guided me into yoga because I used to do stretches. Even though that's kind of what yoga is, but I wasn't doing all the yoga poses. It's just the typical stretches that was centered around certain things like my lower back, my thighs, my arm, my shoulders, stretching those things out. So I would do those stretches before bed because I used to be so tense. Yeah. So I know doing those stretches would kind of relax you a little bit, loosen you up a little bit. And then I used to also go to the gym and work out for 2 hours at least. Now I have a commitment issue with the gym because it's like I'm either all in, or I just don't do it at all. So when I'm all in, I set a schedule, I stick to that schedule, and I'm going either 5 days out the week, 4 days out the week, whatever I planned, and I'll stick to it. Once there's a period where either I'm going on vacation or there was a switch in my schedule, whatever it is, once that happens, then it's the nothing part. I fall off and I fall off hard. So I know I'm one of those people that it gets in my head about like being too skinny. And I know that's the whole thing because people deal with fat shaming, and then when skinny people complain, they're like, well, you don't have the, you don't have the right to sit here and complain about being too skinny or this, that, and the third, and I'm just like, but that's not how I see it. And I learned through social media that other people do feel the same way of, yes, I do want my body weight to be at a certain point, and you keep trying and trying, whether it's going to the gym, whether it's eating more, whatever you do, taking protein supplements, it's like those things don't work because you have a high metabolism. And once you don't see the results that you're working so hard for, it's like, damn, I still look the same. And it's like, well, damn, I can't complain about it because then other people are going to look at me like, what are you complaining for?
Because it's your body and you know what you want.
But exactly. But it's just like they see that, oh, you're skinny, you're something that people desire, so it's like, what do you have to complain about? And it's just like, that's just not what I see for myself. I see my body type being at a different point. I would like to be a 40 pounds heavier. Right. I would like to, so, but it has not happened yet. So it's, once I get that physical to where I need it to be, no, I'm going to say until I get that physical where I need it to be, I continue to work on the mental part and just accepting what I do have and appreciating those features that I do have. And just celebrating the small wins. At least I went to the gym all last week, straight. At least I did more sets, so I was able to lift a little bit more weight. So those small wins, just helping me encourage myself to keep going until I reach those things. And again, it's not all about the physicality, but still, while I'm working on that, also building up the mental part as well.
Absolutely.
So,
you what you talked about really brings us to a great point of access for our next question of, what does a healthy journey look like for you? An emphasis on the for you part.
Okay. You said healthy or healing?
Oh, what does the healing journey? Because the sidecar Henny Lane is I'm in this. I'm not driving tonight.
So what does a healing journey look like to me? I think recognizing that everything that you do is for you and not for other people's acceptance, criticism, making sure that anything that you feel that you need to work on or that you feel insecure about, that you take healthy practices and not inflict any type of mental or physical harm towards yourself. All that to say, take power back.
Yeah.
For yourself, and just making sure that all the decisions that you make is for the betterment of yourself. And like I said, making sure that at the end of the day, what you say goes and what you say matters. Because you can't live your life for other people, whether it's society's norms, whether it's what society seems acceptable, or how they feel like you should look or feel or think. You know what's best for you. You're living your own life, so live it for yourself and not for others.
So we about to say the same thing, but in different ways. So I'm going from a different perspective of starting with a healing journey looks like for me, trusting myself to know that I'm not going to allow any harm to happen to me. And when I say that, it's like in the healing journey, a lot of shit comes up. A lot of new shit, and then a lot of the unresolved shit, and then a lot of the old shit. And at the end of the day, it's shit that needs to be cleaned out. And I think when we talk about this,
I said no dish.
No dish. Because at the end of the day, when you think about it, it's like when you're going on this healing journey, the reason why we get activated, the reason why we get activated and or triggered. We don't use triggered because it's connected to a source of harm. So activated is proper terminology. So we get activated because of hurt that has been stored within our body from past experiences, and another mirroring experience has activated that hurt. Think about it this way. When those moments of activation take place, the harm has already taken place from the first time the hurt was forged into your body. Trust yourself enough to hold that experience, feel those feelings, but then know that this doesn't serve me, so I don't have to carry it anymore. You've been through it before. You know you're equipped to respond to it. So that healing journey really looks like something that's really rooted in yourself and really centered in what is it that you're trying to accomplish? What is it that you want to achieve? Or not even what you want to achieve. Who is the ideal self that you're trying to become? And what are the steps that you need to take to close the gap to fulfill and acquire? That's what that looks like to me.
So, just to summarize what we're both saying.
Mm-hmm.
One, we need to recognize the source of the trauma.
Yes.
Two, acknowledge it.
Yeah.
Acknowledge that
Call
trauma.
a thing a thing.
Call it out. Now, we can either, three, confront it,
Mm-hmm.
or we can find some other way of dealing with it or addressing it, which I guess either going to therapy or writing it down or talking to a small group of people.
Can I jump in again? You know what you need. And the reason I say that is like, when this goes again back to what I said about what a healing journey looks like for me. Trusting yourself is one of the best things that you will ever do, because typically your body knows you so, you know you so well. When a question drops or a question is presented or a situation is presented, typically the first thing that comes to mind as your response or reaction, that's what you actually need to do. We tend to second guess ourselves because that first thing that came to mind, we're like, oh, that came too fast, or maybe it's steeped in this particular emotion, or is this really authentic, or is this reactive? Again, given the situation that you're in, your body knows what's going to take for what it's going to take for you to feel comfortable, for you to feel balanced again. Now, you got to figure out the best route to fulfill that, but your body knows, and it's telling that and communicating that.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Side note to that first reaction, because, you know, some people's first reaction might be anger.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, oh.
Which goes back to understanding where the emotion.
And that's what I'm about to say. If you feel that anger, acknowledge where is this coming from.
Yeah.
Let's recognize that first. So we said, recognize, find the source, acknowledge it, understand and confront it, and then make a plan of action of how we can move on from this.
Right.
Because I hate for you to be in a situation to where you're 40 years old saying you're this way because your mama, daddy, cousin, brother did this 40 years ago.
Oh, can we double dutch again? For all of my astrologers, right, and all of my tarot girlies, like, these are tools to help us understand ourselves and to help us better navigate this journey we call life. That is not the end all be all. It is not the only answer to surmise what it is that you're experiencing in those moments. So don't allow astrology and tarot and all the other metaphysical aspects to be your only founding source, your only guiding principles. Like, you can't do this work by yourself, is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. So what's one way you learn to listen to your body's needs?
I really pay attention to how my body responds to situations, words, and people. Because I say this because, like, when I know I'm about to speak a truth, an uncomfortable truth for others and myself, my body starts to shake. I don't know if you've ever noticed that. Like, it'll start in my legs, and then if it's really, really like intense, it literally starts in my legs and shifts all the way up. And I try to conceal it as much as I can. So most times, people that really know me and people that really pay attention, you'll see it on my shoulders, and you'll see like me wiggle in my chair. Like, that's when I know it's like, and this is where, again, in that healing journey, am I ready to experience this truth telling. I have a choice. Because yes, when I feel it, it's like, okay, I know I'm about to say something that's going to rock the table. I know I'm about to say something that's going to shake some people. I know I'm about to say something that's going to even put me in a more vulnerable space. I have a choice to either move forward and go deeper into that feeling or step out and stay safe, right? Or what I deem as safe. That's the first thing that I think about. The other aspect is listen to my body. It's like paying attention when like the body is saying you need to rest. When I'm making mistakes, when I'm ranting and raving consistently, when I'm always venting, when I'm noticing tightness up in this area, specifically my neck and my shoulders, it's a wrap. I'm doing too much. I need to go decompress, let this shit go, and refocus and recenter and rebuild myself back up so I can come back and continue to do this great work. Those are the two immediate things that come to mind for me. How about you?
That with that tension on, so it might be you just don't have a good pillow or a good mattress. So you need to you need to
but
change
mine
it.
is, I know, but mine is compounded. I know mine is compounded because I still have the same issues even with our changes.
Well, on another note, what I'm gonna say is, for me, how do I know my body's needs and wants? Or how have I learned to listen to my body's needs? For me, if I feel a shift in my routine, whether it's I've been in bed too long, whether it's I'm feeling more drowsy, whether I just don't have as much energy, take that as a and be like, okay, what changes have I gone through this week that has shifted, my body to feel more exhausted? And then what changes do I need to make to get back either on track or to do something differently? Because maybe it's the medication, maybe it's a new work schedule, some things that you just can't change for right now. But how can I best adjust to these new changes? So don't ignore it, for one. Acknowledge it. And then two, I feel like if you're ever, I'm going to speak for, I know women have it, and I'm going to speak for Scorpios. Intuition. So, like I said in another episode, my body is going to physically react to another person if I'm interested in that person. So I know what it is that I want to do in that situation. But what I will also say is, for people who have intuition and that little voice in the back of their head, kind of listen to it. Don't let it dictate what you do, but take heed and like keep an eyebrow up to be aware of what's going on around you, because things may not be said or things may not be done right then and there, but something is off. Mm-hmm. And so I'm going to also say, like, don't fall under peer pressure. Don't fall under peer pressure to doing things to, like I said earlier, fitting with a crowd, because everybody's doing. If you know you're an introvert and you don't want to go to the club at 9-something at night, girl, stay your ass home. It's okay to stay home, watch a movie, drink a glass of wine, and just be okay with being with self. It's okay. You don't have to be peer pressure into going out and having a good time. The club is going to always be there. The same people will always be there.
Literally, the same people.
So, I mean, again, don't fall under peer pressure. If you don't feel comfortable doing something, don't do it.
Simple.
Literally, if your body is saying, I don't feel comfortable with this. I have friends who used to tell me, Darius, I don't want to do this. Take me home. I don't want to be here. Take me home. Girl, we just got here. But let's go, I guess. Because, and I had to learn that. Because at first, girl, I don't want to leave. We just got here. I want to be a part of everything. That FOMO be kicking my ass. So it's just like, but then, when you have friends who are setting boundaries, and when you get a little bit older and you learn to be more cognizant of what's going on around you, you're like, something a little off here. So that's why I'm saying, when it comes to learning what your body needs, if you feel a shift in how your body is feeling, one, recognize and acknowledge that. Figure out what has changed, whether, like I said, medication, work schedule, whatever it is. figure out if you can change that back or what adjustments you need to make. And then, like I said, outside of those things, don't fall under peer pressure when it comes to other people making you or trying to coerce you into doing things that you do not want to do. Because at the end of the day, that's just going to mess up your mental health. And whatever situation it may be, it could cause possible physical harm. So that's what I have to say to listen to your body's needs. So
That's that on that.
and that's that on that.
Period. That was
So
a cute topic. Great conversation.
so now we're gonna move on to what?
Tipsy talk.
Sexy talk. So
Pour up the truth and sip on the love, bitches.
ooh.
In all terms of endearment. Y'all know I love y'all. Go ahead.
So for this one,
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to talk about since we're on self-care,
Mm-hmm.
for vacations can be self-care. Right?
Supposed to be, yeah.
Supposed to be. So I want to talk about the vacations where we have different scenarios. You have people who don't bring enough money. You have people who bring children and expect you to watch their children. And then we have scenarios where you are planning for a vacation,
Mm-hmm.
but everybody decides to back out last minute.
Okay.
So, which one would you like to tackle first? And how would you handle these situations? And then how could you make the best of those situations?
We can start with the easiest one. People don't bring enough money. Starts in communication. Like, one thing...
But y'all are already there. So, like...
So, like I said, it starts with communication.
Okay.
Because typically, when I'm at least traveling with friends, like when I'm with my husband, whatever, like, what are we doing? Okay, that's where we're going. Great. What we eating? I know he don't know. I'm figuring that out. But like when I'm with my friends, I already know how to work with them. That's where it also starts. Like, just at least I hope you know who you're traveling with. You know the people that you're with. I like to just level set it. This is the itinerary. These are the options of things that we can do. What works with your budget? Because my friends know we don't need to sugarcoat it. Like, what works for your budget? I don't need you to tell me that, oh, I only got this much money. Da, da, da. This is what we can do. And hell, sometimes it does boil down to, I only have enough money to eat. Bet. Well, bitch, we're going to make the best out of this damn hotel right here. We're going to be at the damn pool every day. We're going to be finding all the free amenities and all the cute things that we can do. We could go take a stroll around a little local shopping area.
Especially on the beach.
Yeah, like
The beach
there are so many things that you can do that does not cost money that I don't think people should ever think that because I don't have enough money, I can't enjoy myself. Prime example, my first cruise, I literally had maybe $300 for the entire cruise. And that didn't matter because it's like, this is my first time.
Mm-hmm.
I want to have a good experience. And I made sure I had a good experience. And that was literally being present, taking advantage of all the free amenities. Like,
Yeah.
definitely like, know where the fuck you going, know what the perks are. But then also like being present for the moment. Like, bitch, I'm in the middle of the water on this ship with all these other crazy ass people, but fuck them, focusing on like, this was dope. Mm-hmm. Like, so I speak to that situation being the individual that has not had enough money for a trip, but then also an individual that's been with other people that haven't had enough money for a trip. There's more than one way to still have fun with or without an abundance of funding. Like, at the end of the day, you had enough money to get on the trip. So make it work. Make it work for you. And sometimes that does mean bowing out and not being able to participate in every single activity. It comes with the territory. I know it's not like as responsive and as inviting, but like that's just the reality of it. Everybody got their own situation.
What I'm gonna say is priorities. So if you don't have enough money, if you only have enough money for the trip, then your priorities are not there.
But going back to what you said, we're already on the trip.
Right. With how you say communication, your priorities are a little effed up here. Because if you knew you didn't have enough money to eat and do all these other things, if you didn't factor all those other things that you knew were going to be part of the trip, then you shouldn't have came on. You should have just stayed home. That's why I feel That's what I'm going to say to that. But also, because we're on this trip and we're here now, I've always been that friend where like if I got it, you're gonna have it too. I'm not gonna make you feel like not now, not every friend group is like this. But if I got it, I'm gonna make sure that everybody feels comfortable. Now that doesn't mean I'm paying for everybody's dinner, but if I know you specifically don't have enough money to cover this, okay, me and this person on the same ticket, because basically the whole friend group knows the situation at this point. So girl, here I'll have the dinner. Hopefully another friend could, make sure that you're good on something else, but when we get home, we're gonna have another conversation, and then hopefully if we go out somewhere domestically or locally at home, hopefully you'll return that favor by, either paying for my dinner because now you got it, even though you didn't have it on the trip, you have it here.
Yeah.
And this is like a thank you, for helping look out for me. Because I feel like friends, we're going to look out for each other regardless. And especially if you're my best friend, I got him with no questions asked. Even though he wouldn't come out and say, oh, I need this, or hey, I don't have enough of this. We've been friends for so long, I know in his actions, if he's hurting for something. I can just tell. And so, again, like I said, because I'm the friend that just want to make sure everybody's comfortable, okay, I'm going to suck it up. Let's rebudget. But as part of our friend group, we're planning during the travel, like, okay, let's all get a bottle. So, like, for example, for my sister's birthday, my sister, we was getting together. I was like, it was like 8 or 9 of us went to Florida. I was like, if everybody brings a bottle, if everybody brings 2 bottles, that's enough to make a whole mini bar. And so everybody brings something different. We had enough liquor for all the parties we did, for the different games, drinking games, and for the beach. A lot of our time, because our hotel was on the beach, we spent a lot of time at the beach playing different games. We did a little shopping. I did want to do some excursions, but I knew everybody didn't have money to do excursions. So, of course, let's use this money either for something else that we can all enjoy, which is I bought a boat. I rented a boat. So that's what a lot of my money went to, and we enjoyed the boat on the little island. So I was like, okay, let's do that. So, it was different things that we communicated. Hey, my sister and them, have you some friends and relatives with food stamps. You ain't got to worry about money like that when it comes to food. So if you know that what your friends can contribute and just allocate those funds to those things, I think the whole thing will be more cohesive. And again, we have conversation like what man said. If you communicate, that's fine. If you have friends who don't communicate, but you can see it in their actions, I always say address it by pulling them to the side also. Because if you sitting up here bashing somebody in front of everybody, you just throwing the whole mood off. And now you making this person feel some type of way. And maybe you had good intentions, but it was the way you went about it that was just like, nah, this is not cool. So, that's how I feel. What about the family who brings kids on the vacations and expect you to watch them, help them watch them?
You can't expect anything that you didn't communicate with me. Now, I, being the type of person that I am, because I love the kids, I will engage with them as I so choose. I will I'll take them to the pool, go and take a little power nap. But I'm telling you what I'm willing to do. I'm telling you what I'm willing to do. So therefore, there's no assumptions or expectations of anything greater or less. Niece, cousin, whomever, child that is. No, because no shade, I didn't have them. The only child I'm responsible for is our 4-legged child, Langston Harlem LePew. He good. He's good where he's at. I know, because if he ain't with us, he where he needs to be.
My man said, fuck them kids.
To an extent. Because again, I don't rock with you coming in with the preconceived notion and expectation that because we're all here, your child is my responsibility. I'm going to keep a lookout
Mm-hmm.
If we all out and I see that you doing something wrong, I'm gonna say something. But don't you dare ever have the gall and audacity to expect that I'm going to help you watch your child, especially if there hasn't been a conversation that I really need support on this trip because it's me and all 11 of my kids. Yeah, we see that. We asked you, were you sure that you wanted to do that? If you wanted to do that,
yeah.
Not we were, no, like, there's a balance. And again, it's a bit of respect to it as well, that we all have our own preconceived notions of what this vacationing experience is going to be. And if your preconceived notion or vision of this is like, oh, I got free childcare, who did you talk to about that?
That part.
And then I know this one over here, my sweet, sweet husband, gonna sit up here and, oh no, we can't watch.
Oh no. Oh no.
He will. He
No.
says that now.
Oh no.
Watch.
Oh,
Because once the kids become attached to him,
oh no. Because I'm gonna want to go do my own thing as well. How, like you said, it's okay if the parents communicate like, hey, we want to go out and do this, have a break from the kids. Is it okay? Like if they ask, then and if it doesn't conflict with our schedule and what we got going on, then yes. I mean, oh well, man, we ain't really doing nothing, or whatever. But
me flat up, no. We're busy.
But if
in the room. Sometimes I just don't want to be bothered.
But like if
right,
but my man knows I like my own time too, child, so it depends. But again, I agree with him. If you feel entitled that because we're all here, we should all just be having an eye out for your child. No, at the end of the day, that's your responsibility.
It's your child.
Something happens, the police is coming to you.
Mm-hmm.
It's not coming to me. No, because that's not under my care. And I just feel like same as the last conversation. Conversation just need to be had.
This C word keep coming up. Conversation, communication. Damn.
Conversation. No hesitation. Keep the rhythm, please. I don't know, because it's just like, also like, we don't have any kids. We don't have any responsibilities.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what people try to take advantage of.
And take for granted.
Yeah.
Like, but then my thing is like, there's a little bit of a lack of consideration in that too. Mm-hmm. Because be reminded, you too were a unchild adult and you had other life circumstances as well that you hope people would understand and have consideration for. So it goes back to the notion of don't forget where you came from.
Right.
We all were at one point childless adults.
Yeah.
Don't forget that.
And I don't also want to fall into that category of people who feel like, because we all have kids, that we all should be doing like
family-oriented stuff.
Yes.
Sometimes it's just for the adults.
Yeah.
Not even. There are things that are specifically for adults only. There are trips that are specifically for the adults because we too, as adults, deserve a little, self-care, a little TLC.
Pee pop on my head. You
did what?
I want to pee pop while on the headstand.
Okay.
I want to wear a thong on the beach. You just want to switch it up.
Yeah, let me see.
I want to
see that.
Yeah.
Let's try that one right now. Let's go.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Moving on.
To the practice?
No.
Oh.
To the vacation.
Yeah.
Planning the vacation. And everybody backing out. Black folks.
Oh.
Well, I'm going to hold your hand when I say this.
First of all,
idealize small groups or solo trips. You don't need 30, 40, 50, 60 people to have a fun trip.
Honestly, we're going to double dutch this one. Honestly, why not focus on doing the trip that you want? And once all your shit is done, all your shit is planned and packed and paid for, or even when you've already started the piece, then you start telling people, well, this is the move I'm making. If y'all want to go, this is the information. So therefore, there's no disappointment. There's no stress. There's no vexation. There's none of that. You're still doing the things that you want to do, but you're sharing the opportunity for others to experience it with you.
Well, what I was going to say to that is, be intentional on who you want to invite. Instead of sending out all this information to like a mass group of people, be intentional on the specific people that you know that you want to be there
and want to make it happen,
and send that to them first. And then if they want to extend that invite, but keep it to where you know this is the group of people that I know for sure that I want to be there. So, because when it comes to planning those Airbnbs, that's where it gets tricky. Where you know you need 4 bedrooms,
a certain number of people for a certain price,
right?
Yeah.
So it's like that's where it gets tricky. Where you got 40 people that you didn't send this group text to, everybody saying they on board, and then when it comes to haywire, and you only got 2 people that's willing to go on this trip, but y'all got an Airbnb for 8 people.
Listen, what I will say is, when in doubt, plan for self. And when I say that is like, yeah, okay, you can always have the Airbnb plan, but then also have a backup hotel, a backup solo Airbnb. So unfortunately, and it sucks that we have to do this double planning, but I think that provide, you know who you're working with. Like, come on, like, you know your people. Like, so if you know that so-and-so is bound to flake out 3 months before, JJ's gonna flake out 2 weeks before, and Charlene ain't even gonna show up. Well, she's just gonna go ghost.
You don't know. Sometimes this is your first time planning a trip, so it's gonna be a learning lesson.
Again,
that's why I said be intentional.
Yes, but again, I still raise that you know who you're dealing with, because even in those moments building up to going to traveling together, even in your relation and interaction with these people, when you're asking them for a favor, when you're asking them to show up for certain things. Do they show up? Do they show up on time? Do they show up on time with all the bells and whistles? Like, that is also telling you who you're dealing with. Pay attention to the subtitles.
I hear that. I'm still on those non-experienced people where this is going to be their first trip. Like, just, let's say we in college. A lot of people, like I said, they send out that mass group text to people, and sometimes they don't know everybody because there's extensions to that invite. And so that's why I'm like, just be open to solo trips and those small group trips. I think we should start off with those first. And then
be comfortable with just traveling by yourself.
Yes, because, and if other people want to go, then they can pay for their own hotel, their own flight. Because we already got something established within this small group right here.
Yeah.
We're not deviating from this.
And what I will say to your point of like, you're thinking about the people that this is their first time. That's why they listen to this podcast now. Okay. Because we poured up the truth so you can sip on the love. The love of self, the love of others, and the love of
when I said it, girl.
Yes. Like,
don't be scared to ask for a deposit.
Hello? You do it for your hair. You do it for the barbershop. So why can't you do it for the things that matter to you and for your self-care? Prioritize. Pay yourself first.
Don't be scared now, shorty. Want to ride with me, we can get low. Drop that deposit on the low. Oh, okay, drop that deposit. If y'all serious about going on this trip, I need a deposit by this date.
Listen, because, yeah, that's it.
And we're going to shift things after that. That's how we really know who's going on this trip.
Shake a table. Money really soft.
And these deposits are not refundable. They're not refundable, baby. It was already put into the Airbnb. It was already put into the travel fund. So if you are not willing to go, baby, I'm sorry. Everything's already paid for. It's not refundable.
And that's that on that.
And you agree to it.
Get it in writing if you need to at times. Because we have people. Because those people are not friends when we have to take them to court for small claims.
That point.
But that's all.
That's it. That's all. So thank y'all for listening to another episode. Make sure y'all follow us on all of our social medias. TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook.
Absolutely. And to keep the convo going, the drink still flowing, continue to like and subscribe on all of our podcast platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, Amazon Music, as well as finding us on YouTube, Sipping On Love. So, if no one's told you, always remember that I love you, we love you, and keep sipping on love. Peace out.
You're a little tipsy, y'all.